So recently I purchased another Swiss rifle. I found this on Classic Firearms. This is a Gewehr 1911. This is the longer version of what you usually see for the K11. This is the full-size rifle. I do really like Swiss rifles, and I like the two carbines I had, and wanted to get one of the long rifles just to see how it shoots. Pretty happy with what I got. It took about a week to show up. Classic was running a sale on them. They were $5.50 each, and they were advertised as being good condition, and they're advertised as being in very good condition. They did not promise all matching, but I was more concerned about just having a good shooting rifle. So I plan to basically take this apart, clean it up, take it out to the range. If you'd like to see more videos like this, feel free to subscribe and sign up for alerts. I have a couple other projects coming out. So without any further delay, let's take a look at this rifle. Starting with the butt. See, it's got the butt plate. Butt's in good shape. Just got some storage dings. Receiver looks good. Fortunately, it looks like there's a little chunk missing here from the bolt handle. It's pretty common. Before they switch to the metal handles here on the K31, use these, which can be kind of brittle. Fortunately, the bolt doesn't match the rifle. Looks like everything else matches though. See, it's got that rear ladder sight. Moving down the rifle, it is pretty long. You can see it's got a little storage ding here. And also has the muzzle cover. And then you see the, looks like an import mark there. It also did include a sling. A lot of times you don't get one of those. The magazine does match the rifle. Magazine looks like it's in pretty good shape. Gonna turn it over. Looking at the butt, it does look like I do see a little something sticking out here, so I'm hoping that's a soldier tag. You see those a lot in the butt plates. See the serial numbers here on the receiver and the barrel match. A little bit of rust here on the stacking rod. This really needs a good cleaning. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this apart, show you how it looks. All right, so I got it all broken down. You can see I got the magazine taken apart. Got that front stacking rod off. You can see there's a good amount of rust on it. I'll have to clean up. Receiver looks pretty good. You know, I don't see like pitting or anything under where the wood line was. Barrel just looks really nice. This little brass piece here is gonna have to get cleaned up. Looking at the bolt, came apart pretty easily, looks pretty good. Sure guard looks good and it matches the rifle. It's got that 7.8 serial number. Butt plate looks pretty good. Sometimes these can get kind of rusty, but not well. Stock looks pretty good. I don't see any damage or anything. Same with the top handguard. Both the stock and the top handguard match the rifle, which is good. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this cleaned up, and then I'll show you how it all looks before I put it back together. So this did come with a soldier tag. I'm assuming it's last first, so it's Emil Spitz. It looks like that's the municipality he lived in. And then he lived in Heerbrugg. So pretty interesting to find these. I do like getting soldier tags in the rifles. Gives you a little bit of information on where the rifle was in service and who was using it, which is a pretty unique thing you get with Swiss rifles and some other European countries as well. All right, so I got it all cleaned up. Parts are kind of strewn everywhere, but they look pretty good. The bolt especially cleaned up really nicely. I got a lot of the little like rust scale and everything off of the rear sight and the barrel here. There's a little bit up here. Got the brass cleaned up here. Cleaned out this muzzle cover as well. Cleaned this rear guard as well. Seems like everything matches except the bolt, so it's pretty good news. I mean, all the parts that are serialized at least. Got some linseed oil here on the stock. I'm gonna wipe it off before I reassemble it. Butt plate turned out pretty well. See the serial number there. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this reassembled, and I'll show you how it looks. Got the rifle all put back together. Take a closer look at it. See the woods come out really nicely with some linseed oil. Butt looks pretty good. Really brought the color back out of the finish. Putting that boiled linseed oil. Really brought the color back in the finish with that boiled linseed oil. You also see that it was a lot lighter here originally, and the linseed oil just kind of helped bring out the color in the wood again. Restored some of that finish. Gonna turn over. Looking at this side of the rifle, the butt looks pretty good. The rest of the stock looks good. Definitely brought out some of that original finish color with the boiled linseed oil. Went from a much lighter shade to a darker shade. Metal cleaned up pretty nicely too. You can see a lot of that kind of rust scale is gone. Brought out the finish a little bit. Go ahead and take a look at the bore. See, the bore is really nice. It's nice and shiny, basically like a mirror. Pretty strong rifling as well, so it looks pretty good. So if you can get hold of one of these G1911 rifles, I highly recommend it. They're in pretty good condition. The Swiss took good care of those rifles, especially since they assigned them to individual soldiers and they tended to take care of them. These rifles are coming in at a pretty good price point. Originally they probably spent quite a bit of money producing these, but nowadays you can pick these up for about 550 bucks. I know Classic Firearms has them. Sometimes you see them posted up by Atlantic Firearms as well. So a lot of different places are getting these. These will dry up eventually, and then the prices are going to climb back up for these. Ammo is pretty hard to get for these right now. PPU produces it and a few other manufacturers. A lot of the surplus ammo's dried up, but you never know. There might be another import of those coming in the future. So generally these are going to be in really good shape, mostly matching, if not all matching. So I highly recommend trying to pick one of these up if you still can. The carbines are also pretty nice, but what's good about the longer rifles is you will get a bit higher velocity on those rounds that come out, as well as it being a little less common on the collector's market compared to the various carbines. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I have a few more videos coming out with just some projects I'm working on, as well as some new acquisitions. So if you'd like to be alerted to those, feel free to subscribe and sign up for alerts. If you have any questions about this rifle, Swiss rifles in general, feel free to drop it in the comments. And as always, thank you for watching.